field facilities is a big facility where we have 48 plots in total that are equipped with a number of kinds of equipment to allow us to observe and study the roots. The primary method we are using out there is a mini rhizoton technique, where we have in total 144 mini rhizotrons. They are reaching down to 5 meters depth in the soil. And a mini rhizotron is a transparent tube. In this case, they are 7 centimeters in diameter, and they are 6 meters long. So when a certain angle, they reach down to about 5 meters depth. And in these tubes, we can insert a camera, and with this camera, we can observe the roots, film the roots, and we come out with lots and lots of images from this that we can then analyze. Then, to study the root function, we have inserted what we call access tubes. That is some metal tubes at a diameter, I think, of 11 centimeters. They reach to the same depth, and along them there is a number of openings, so from them we can access the soil at different depths during growth of the plants. Again, we have also 144 of these. What we have mainly used them for so far is what we call the Ingrowth core technique. So we have thinner metal tubes that we fill up with soil, often applied with some tracer substance. We put them into the access tubes, and then we can leave them there to allow the roots to grow into the ingrowth core. We can measure what tracer substances they get hold of by taking samples of the plants above ground. But we can also take up the ingrowth cores again and wash out the roots and see how many roots were they able to put into to this. But they also, and that's one of the things we are considering for further work, we have these openings, we have this access to the soil in deeper soil layers, so that can give other options for studying roots there. And then we have installed also a water sensor facility, not in all of the plots, but in some of the plots we have water sensors in 3 different depths. We have installed them down to 2.5 meters. So in extreme cases we can see plants using water from there. So that's the main equipment we have out there. And then that's combined with a number of plots and a number of pure stand plots where we have studied many different crops, but also intercropping plots where we have tried to see how do plants, if we grow stripes with deep-rooted perennials and more shallow-rooted annuals, and studying how do they interact below ground. Drilling a mini rhizoton to 5 meters depth rather than 2.5 meters depth is not just twice as much work. It's a lot more work, and so some of it is purely technical problem, that when you try to install a tube in a 5 meter long hole, the friction becomes so big that it's really difficult to both have a good soil tube contact and at the same time be able to install the tube. So that was one of our challenges. A local challenge here is soil type. It's a very sticky clay soil that has given us some challenges. Also, it's slow draining, so we also had to install a new drainage system to improve that, but also means that the subsoil is often wet. We are fighting with that, but that's also the natural condition, of course, of this soil.